These four people have suddenly woken up in the middle of the desert and have no idea where they are, but unbeknownst to them, they are right in the middle of Area 51. Narration reveals that the following footage has been used to train military personnel who work at the infamous Area 51 facility. The transmissions of this footage were received from Area 51 liaisons, Catherine Hicks and Colonel Kyle Henriksen. The footage remained classified from 2001 to 2011, but was recently brought to light. An armed man named Colonel Kyle Henriksen is seen walking through the desert, apparently in search of something. After walking for a while, he arrives at what appears to be the entrance to some kind of facility. There's a light at the end of the entrance tunnel, and he cautiously walks toward it. His mic picks up strange interferences as he does. Suddenly, the silhouettes of three mysterious beings are seen through the light, and he panics and shoots at them before running away as fast as he can. Next, a young documentarian named Catherine Hicks, or Kat, is setting up a camera at her house and speaking to someone over the phone, asking them if they are getting footage. She seems to be nervous as she is doing this. Afterward, Kat's friend Alex arrives. Alex is a great journalist, but too much of an alcoholic to do his job right. He was recently fired from his job and, desperate for work, he has agreed to help Kat out with her documentary about the possible alien presence on Earth and Area 51. He is not happy about this. The two interview a local pothead named Matt, who claims to be an expert on aliens. He says that aliens have completely infiltrated the planet, and one person in every 3 people is an alien living in human disguise. He says that the legend of Area 51 is just spread to test people, to see how they react. As of right now, all of Earth is just a laboratory where humans are being tested. His constant pot use throughout the interview undermines his credibility, but he claims that when someone has seen the things that he has, they need something to keep them calm. After the interview, Alex sarcastically thanks Kat for giving him the opportunity to conduct such hard-hitting journalism. They decide to move on to the next phase of the documentary. The two arrive at Griffith Observatory and start interviewing the locals. First, they interview a particularly hot and particularly rude woman named Chris, asking her if she believes aliens exist. She replies that she does not. Next, they interview a couple and ask them the same question. Both the man and the woman agree that there is definitely alien life out in the universe, because it's so vast that it's impossible that humans are the only living creatures in it. Alex asks them if they believe there is alien life on Earth, and they immediately refer to Area 51, saying that all the conspiracy theories can't be completely wrong. There must be some truth in there. At home, Kat speaks to someone on the phone and makes some kind of deal. She cryptically lays down one condition for the deal, which is that Alex will not be hurt. She stresses that this is very important. Next, Alex and Kat are driving toward Los Angeles at night to go to Area 51 in the morning, and Alex spots someone walking at the side of the dark road alone. He says that they should pick up the stranger because they might be able to give them a local perspective. Kat strongly objects to this idea, but Alex doesn't listen. As they drive toward the stranger, their camera footage suddenly goes blank. Next, Alex and Kat wake up in the middle of an unknown desert, alongside a teenage girl named Clementine, or Clem. They start panicking as they fail to figure out what's happened to them and how they've ended up here. Alex says that if they were robbed or assaulted, they would not have their camera. Why would someone rob them and not take the camera? Suddenly, they hear some screams in the distance, and Alex runs toward the noise. Kat says that they should not be running toward people who are possibly dying in the middle of nowhere. Alex should listen to her more often. He does not find anyone, but discovers a trail of blood, and they start panicking even more. Unbeknownst to them, they are right at the perimeter of Area 51. Next, Kat interviews Clem and asks her where she's from. Clem replies that she's from Roswell, New Mexico. Kat asks her how long she's been in the desert, and she replies that she's been here for a day now. Kat then asks Clem what's the last thing she remembers, and she replies that she remembers going to sleep in her bed and then waking up here. Alex gets outraged that in this insane situation, Kat is choosing to film material for her documentary. Kat replies that this way, if they die, at least someone will find this footage and know what happened to them. Alex is enraged by this comment and insists that someone will come and find them. Next, Kyle is seen traversing through the desert. He arrives at what appears to be a bathroom. On the other hand, Kat, Alex, and Clem spot a helicopter flying nearby and try to get its attention, but to no avail. It is revealed that the trio is being watched by several cameras as they walk through the desert. Night falls, and Clem makes a fire. Kat asks where she learned to do that, and she replies that her father taught her. The trio goes to sleep, but then Clem wakes up in the middle of the night and finds a massive scar on her lower back. Kat asks her how she got it, and she reveals that she has no idea. She just woke up with it. The next morning, the trio discusses which way they should walk, and they decide to go in the direction that they saw the helicopter coming from, because it must have come from somewhere there is civilization. Alex wonders why the three of them have specifically been singled out for whatever it is that they are going through. Next, Alex suddenly stops Kat and Clem and tells them he's seen someone moving behind one of the hills. He calls out to whoever is beyond the hill, and a mysterious man emerges. Alex asks him who he is and where he is coming from, but the man only cryptically warns them that they must find their way out of here as soon as possible. Alex tells the mystery man that that is exactly the problem. They don't know where they are. The mystery man joins them in their quest to find a way out. Kat says that she doesn't trust the man because he is not answering any of their questions and doesn't even really know who he is. But Alex is still trying to get the man to cooperate. Kat says that the man has clearly been in the desert for a while, and he has no food and water, so theoretically, he shouldn't even be alive. As they are walking, they suddenly hear loud booming noises in the distance and start panicking. Amidst their panic, Alex grabs the mystery man by the collar and demands to know who he is, but he simply replies that he cannot reveal that. Just then, Kyle arrives. He points his gun at all of them and tells them to get on their knees and shut up. He looks in the distance, searching for something. Clem whispers to Kat, and Kyle angrily tells her to shut up again. He says that they can hear them. That's how they find them, by listening. He says their eyesight doesn't work in Earth's atmosphere, but they can hear. The others are confused as to what he is talking about. Suddenly, he turns around and says that it's okay. They're gone. However, just then, a loud and shrill sound is heard, which hurts all of their ears. After the sound stops, Kyle pulls a Terminator and tells them all, "Come with me if you want to live." As they all follow him, they keep asking questions about what that sound was and what he knows about this place. But he tells them to shut up and warns them that if they don't, the shrill, piercing sound will return. Next, they all sit around a fire again at night, and Clem and Kat bond, as Clem tells Kat that her father owns a souvenir shop near the infamous UFO crash site in Roswell, New Mexico. She also reveals that her father is being treated for cancer. After the conversation, Kat spots an unusually bright object in the sky. Meanwhile, Alex figures out who the mystery man is. He is named Lazar, and Alex says that a while ago the CIA started erasing all proof of his existence, from his birth certificate to his educational and work history, because he started going on talk shows and telling stories of working in Area 51 and seeing aliens every day. Lazar just replies that he once knew someone named Lazar who went missing for 2 years. Frustrated, Alex points out that that person is he himself. Alex asks how they can know that Lazar was telling the truth, and that he wasn't just a schizophrenic dreaming all these things up. Lazar just cryptically replies that anything is possible. Kyle arrives and tells them all to focus on finding a way out of here instead of all this. While they all sleep, Kat wakes up in the middle of the night, and as she walks around, she finds a little girl's shoe covered in blood. She starts panicking and cries as she records a message for Alex. She apologizes to Alex and says that they promised her they wouldn't hurt him, but they lied. They lied to her as well. She advises Alex to run as fast as he can and hide, because he is not safe here for even a second. Suddenly, strange whispers and other noises are heard, and Kat starts crying, saying she's not ready to die. Out of nowhere, something or someone drags her away, and the sounds of her choking are heard. The next morning, Clem finds the camera next to a trail of blood. They rewind it and watch the footage. After listening to Kat's message, Alex demands Lazar to explain what they just saw and what were the noises they heard, but he replies that he was never taught to interpret their language. Alex has a breakdown and begins attacking Lazar, but Kyle brings him under control by knocking him down and pointing a gun at him. Alex says that he has to find Kat, but Kyle tells him that she's dead, and Alex has no choice but to come to terms with this reality. Next, as they are walking, Kyle tells the group that something is wrong. His compass has suddenly stopped working. No matter which way he points it, it shows that path as north. As they continue walking with no direction now, Kyle tells Alex that if he wants an explanation for what is going on here, all he needs to know is that they're in Nevada. Alex realizes what he means. He acknowledges that they are in Area 51. Afterward, Alex asks Kyle how he ended up here. He replies that he was in Afghanistan with his unit when they were given a very questionable assignment. After the assignment, they were all shot and killed by their own people. His entire unit was shot, but he was brought back and dropped in the middle of this desert for reasons that he does not know or understand. Next, the group arrives at a place where Kyle senses something is wrong. He throws some rocks in different directions and figures out that they are facing a minefield. Kyle notices that there are footprints on the ground, which means that someone has already passed through there unharmed, and they just have to follow the prints. He tells everyone to form a single line and follow him. As they are walking, Lazar suddenly starts panicking and says they are going the wrong way. He runs away, and a little while later they hear an explosion, realizing that Lazar is dead. After walking for a while, Kyle accidentally steps on a mine. Frustrated, he tells the other two to go on without him and hands Alex his gun. Clem protests to this, but the grown-ups tell her to shut up. As Alex and Clem walk through the desert, Alex notices that there is a camera attached to the gun that Kyle gave him, and he realizes that this is all just a big experiment of some kind, and they are being watched and studied like guinea pigs. Clem asks why they were picked for this, and Alex replies that whoever is doing this picked them at random. They do not care. All people are expendable to them. Back in the minefield, Kyle starts hearing mysterious voices around him, saying things like, "Don't test our patience," and "Bring me the rest of them." Scared, he decides to take the risk of stepping off the mine, and it is revealed to be a dummy. He runs away. At night, Alex asks Clem how she got the scar on her back, and she gives a very vague answer that she was attacked by them, and she got away. Not what she told Kat. Before Alex can probe further, Clem suddenly points to something behind him and tells him to run. After running for a while, they stop, and Alex starts looking at Clem suspiciously. She asks what's the matter, but then, suddenly her face starts morphing and the camera goes out. The next morning, Kyle finds Lazar, who says that he had to go away because they wanted to speak with him. He specifically asks if Clem is dead, and Kyle says that she is. Kyle doesn't think much of all this, and just says that they have to keep moving. While running, they come across Kat and Alex's clothes. After running some more, they hear strange noises, and Lazar starts looking up. It is revealed that a mysterious ship is circling above them. Lazar says that they want him to join them, and suddenly, his nose starts bleeding and he collapses. Kyle keeps running, and finally, he arrives at a road leading to a facility. However, just then, a sniper shot is heard, and Kyle is seen falling to the ground with a bullet hole in his head. In the background, military personnel are heard discussing that all the individuals in the exercise are dead, and all footage has been received. In the end, a strange spaceship is seen floating just outside of the Earth's atmosphere. Narration reveals that many documents pertaining to Area 51 have been declassified as of 2011. But any mention of Kat, Kyle, and the alien subject Clementine is strangely absent from them. Meanwhile, Alex's family accepted his death in 2002 after he remained missing for a year, and the body of the individual named Lazar has never been found. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.